Hi, Bharati. Actually, yes. Oh my God, yes. Yeah.
So you could not get up today?
It's too quick, I guess. I thought, like, yeah, last night I was working on the same thing, like I was getting through the course, um, like the links you have shared, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to
So
complete
if you
all
want
that.
to change your time, we can do that as well.
And no, I guess this is good. This is good. But today it was like a little bit quick, I
No
thought.
problem.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anytime you think there are issues, we can change the timings.
Definitely, yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay?
I will try to be on time next
Yeah,
time.
that's okay. Not a problem. So it's
Yes,
not a problem when you are taking one-to-one training. It's a problem when you are joining in group, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, have you gone through whatever we did yesterday?
Yes, yes, Bharti. Yeah, I have gone through all that stuff. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So any concerns so far?
No, everything is like yes. I have like few questions. Like I have gone through all the differences that we. There is uh, one page regarding this like differences between Alteryx, Google Cloud, Google Data
Yeah.
Studio, and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff, right? So like Google Data Studio and Alteryx that I have heard for the first time. I know Google Analytics before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't worked on that, but still, yeah. Google Data Studio and Alteryx. So I have gone through those
Mm-hmm.
differences. I've also gone through the job description of the data uh,
Power BI developer,
Power BI developer. Yes.
right?
So in that, like, what exactly they're talking about is that they're talking about like few terms like data warehousing. They're talking
Mm-hmm.
about SSAS, SSIS, SSI, SSRS.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually been through like little bit. I Google some of the what is exactly SSAS and what is a tabular and multidimensional data, tabular data
Mm-hmm.
and multidimensional data, and why they are preferring tabular data, and like why DAX supports tabular data much than MDX, right? Like multidimensional
Right.
something. So I have gone through a little bit of those, but I still want to understand like for what exactly like what is data warehousing, what is
Yeah, so we would be covering data warehousing today, and whatever is written there, everything will be covered in the course. So what you do, just keep going through those tutorials and see what is not clear till the last of this whole course,
exactly, yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah. So
yes,
this is the reason we give in advance so that it's a kind of heads up to you that this is what you have to learn and you have to pay attention to, right?
yes, exactly,
Okay. So can you see my screen, Aditya?
yes, yes. Yeah, I can see your screen. Yes,
See, basically, this is the data we would be using in this whole course, right? So
yes,
basically, this is a superstore in US in a single country,
hmm,
available in multiple states. So we have one store in each state. So US has like 48 states, so we have 48 stores data set, right?
yes,
Just
yep,
a second, Aditya. Just a second.
sure, sure, yep.
Sorry, I'm back. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no problem.
basically, we have the data of 48 stores. One store is available in each state. Okay,
Yes,
so basically, what all kind of information we have? We have order ID, order date, ship mode, right? Then we have information related to customer, customer ID, customer name, which segment he belongs to, which country he belongs to. So basically, this locational information is not for the customer, but this information is for the store. Agreed?
exactly, yes.
Like
For
this
the
store is in US, in this city, in this state, this is the postal code, and it belongs to central region. Got it?
central region,
So
exactly.
basically, we have kind of various categories of data, like order related data, then we have customer related data, then we have location related information, then we have product level information, and in this also we have like layers. What kind of layers? Like we have product ID, then the product name, then what is
Mhm.
the subcategory, what is the category, and then we have some numerical data with us, like what was the sale and what was the profit for that particular product, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, for this particular product, the sales price was this much, on which the store earned this much profit, right?
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
Just a
so
commercial
basically,
profit
for
profit.
example, you went to the store and you bought three products under one order. Understood? Then we have three entries for that, right?
Yes. Three products for one
Because we
order.
have
Yes.
bought three products, and then probably this information is same for all the three rows. This information is also same. This information is also same, but this information would be different. Product and numerical values, right?
Exactly. The numerical values.
Right?
Yes.
So this
Uh,
is what the
mhm.
data we have. So do you think that in India, when you are going to the store, have you ever been to India, or you are in the US from the very, very starting?
No, I completed my bachelor's in India. I was
Okay.
at till my 20 years, I guess, 21 years, 21 years maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, when you go to a superstore in India, they are not maintaining such a huge data, right? But in
Exactly. Yes.
US, they are maintaining this much of data. So basically, that is the difference which we face, depending upon the country as well. So what happens? Why this difference? Like when we are changing the country, when then why this difference? Because in US, companies are taking so much information from the customer, then analyzing this data and then making their business policies, right?
Yes.
But in
Exactly.
India, I don't know on the basis of what they are making their business decisions, because they are not collecting any data from customers, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So when you
Yes.
are maintaining the data in India, probably what do you ask from your customer? Max to max their name or phone number, and you just keep getting those promotional offers on their phone number. You're not getting any call, nothing, no promotion on the basis of that information, right?
Yes.
So if you
Agree.
want to analyze the data of an Indian store, Excel is sufficient. How many dimensions we have in Excel? We have x-axis, y-axis, and secondary axis, right?
Yes. X, Y, and
Right.
second.
So
Yes.
yeah. So if I ask you to plot like four variables together in a visual, can you do that in Excel? No.
No, we can't do because
Because
it's
max
a
to
three
max you can
dimensional.
take three values, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
Exactly.
Excel is not multi-dimensional tool. But
Yes.
in Power BI, what happens in separate charts? In some charts you have one dimension, in another chart in two you have two, in some of the charts you have three, in some of the charts you have four. So basically we have different dimensions available in Power BI. This is a reason that is called a multi-dimensional tool.
Yes. Power BI
Understood
can
now?
support this. Yes. 360-degree view and everything, right? Power BI
Right,
supports that.
right.
Yes.
Understood this term now?
Yes. Yes. It's a
Okay.
multi-dimensional.
And
Yeah.
now you must have heard a term a lot in the market, big data.
Exactly. Yes. Big data. Yes.
So what is
Hadoop,
big data?
Hadoop and big data. Yeah.
What is big data, Aditya? What is your understanding on that?
Big data is like like huge, like large companies, like some multinational companies. They have so much of data that has to be dealt with. They have to perform some analysis on that. So big data, that is just a simple understanding that I have. Like big data is like a huge
Anything
data that they
else?
have to be processed.
Anything else? What else understanding? So basically, some people say that when in a table we have more than 1 lakh rows, that is a big data. Some people are
Mm,
saying that when in an Excel sheet we have like 1 million plus rows, that is big data. No. So big data is not related to number of rows. It's related to number of columns, right? If you are
right.
maintaining the information like your name, your employee ID, your salary, your hometown, how many family members you have, then how many columns we have? Five?
Definitely, yeah, like just five, six
Yes,
column.
just
Yeah.
five, right? And
Yes.
in this particular table, how many columns we have here? We have columns till R.
Or yes, it would be like 50,
18 columns.
18 columns.
18
Yes.
columns.
18
So
columns. Yes.
basically, this is a big data, not that data where we were talking earlier with five columns. Why? Because whenever you need to analyze that data, you can create four graphs and you can check the connection between two columns, like how order date is related to ship date, how ship mode is connected with customer ID. Probably you would be creating 3 to 4 charts and you are done, right?
Yes.
But here, you would be needing more charts,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
And
exactly.
probably you would like to see the effect of these five factors on each other, right?
Definitely. Yes. Mhm.
But can you plot five factors on the same visual? No,
No, I guess.
you cannot, because
So,
we do not have
uh,
those many dimensions with us. So
yes,
basically, whenever we have big data, so by big data, I mean where we have lots of columns, not rows, then in that case, we would be needing a tool which is a big data analytical tool. Understood?
yes, I got it. Yes,
Can
yes.
we say Excel is a big data analytical tool? No, because it
No,
just has three dimensions, right?
exactly. Yes,
So
yes.
basically, we have many tools available in the market which are used for the big data analysis, and Power BI is one of them. So this is the reason, this is the exact reason why people are moving from Excel to Power BI, because they need
Mm,
multi dimensions. Why they need multi dimensions? Because nowadays companies have started maintaining big data and they need to analyze it to make business decisions. And whenever you are making your business decisions, business strategies on the basis of data analysis, they are never wrong, because your decisions are data driven. They have not been created or made on the basis of your gut feeling, right?
exactly. Yes. Yep.
Exactly. So this is
Yes.
the whole requirement, and because the dynamics of the business have changed, right? Earlier,
Yes.
they never used to use such a huge data analysis to make market decisions, but nowadays they are using it. So as soon as this requirement is increasing in the market of data analysis of big data, the more tools are coming in the market. Like we had Tableau in 2004. After that, for 11 years, we had nothing in the market because data analysis was not
Mhm.
at home. But after 2014 and 15, data analysis took such a big boom in the market that lot of companies actually launched their data analytical tools in the market. Like in 2015, we had Power BI. Then in 2018, Google came up with a data analysis tool with the name Google
Yes.
Data Studio, right?
Yes. Yes.
Then we got Alteryx, QuickView, Informatica. Then there was a long line of analysis tools, but Power BI is the winner.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So did you
Yes.
understand this theory, whole theory?
Yeah, I definitely got the whole theory, like why Power BI and like
Right.
Tableau and
Great. So
all
this
how
is
these are.
important because when somebody would be asking these questions from you in the interview, you should be able to justify why you opted for Power BI. Because
Definitely, yes.
if this understanding is there, then you would be getting a lot of confidence to convey your message to your interviewers as well, right?
Yes.
Now, the next question is, Aditya, that
Mm.
whenever we have the data like this, then what do you think? That keeping one big table is a good idea, or breaking this big table into small, small tables and then use it for analysis, or that idea is a good idea? So, what do you think?
My understanding is that like for analysis, definitely we definitely need data together, right? We need the relationship between different columns to the other column, right?
Right?
Uh, so I guess we need. So this is like after going through the pivot, the what is it, pivot, right? A pivot table and pivot, uh,
No,
something,
no.
right?
No,
Pivot
pivot
query.
table is a part of data analysis. As of now, I'm talking about how should we keep our tables, like one big table or various small, small tables. What is a good idea? Now, here you can notice, like, if we are talking about one particular order ID, then this information is a repeat for three rows, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
it's wasting a lot of memory, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So
So going to
basically,
the tabular, I guess, is good. Not with the uh, going with the tabular, like having a separate table is good because we can save a lot of memory.
yes, it's going to save a lot of memory. So depending upon what kind of data you have, you need to take that call that can you save some memory? Why we need to think on these lines? Because when you would be importing this data set in Power BI, it's going to take a lot of memory there. So whenever you have any kind of data set, like it's not a hard fast rule that you are going ahead with this, but wherever you can think that you can save a memory like this, like here we can straight away think that it is wasting our memory, a lot of memory, right?
Yes.
Then here in these cases, we have to break that one bigger table into small, small tables. Understood?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So you
I got
have
it.
to pay attention to that fact as well. Why? Because when you would be importing this data set in Power BI, it's going to take a lot of memory there, and probably not now, but in future when you would be having like 10 years of data in Power BI, 15 years of data in Power BI, it will start creating problems for you. Like our Excel sheets hang, it will also start hanging. So we really have to take care of Power BI engine load. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
now the
yes,
question is, if we need to break our data, for example, like in this case, we need to break this big table into various small tables, then how will we do that? Is there any theory we need to follow? Is there any way we need to follow? Or we would be using our own mind and doing that? So basically, can you see my screen, Aditya?
yeah. I can see your screen. Yes, yes.
Okay, so how we are keeping our tables, that is called schema. There is a term for it, schema. So what is a
Yes,
schema? A schema is the organization or the structure of a database. You know SQL, so probably you would be aware of this, right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, schema.
Yeah.
Yes,
It represents the logical view of whole data set. There are various kinds of schemas in the market, but in Power BI, we would be studying just two kinds of schemas, a star schema and a snowflake schema. Okay.
yes.
Are you
Mm.
aware of these schemas as well?
Actually, I know a little bit about star schema,
Not
like
a problem. So I would be covering whole. Now
yes,
you tell me, first of all, do you know what is primary key, what is foreign key?
yes. I know primary key on a table and the foreign key. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so let me just take you through it very quickly. Like for
Mhm.
example, we have two tables, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and as of now, you just assume you do not have this column,
Which yes, definitely the
person
personal
ID.
ID. Got it. Yeah.
You do not have this one, right?
Yes.
You
Mm-hmm.
just have these two columns here and four columns here. So these are the person ID 1, 2, 3, last name, first name, their age, and these are the order ID and their respective order numbers. Now, for example, I need to find out who placed order number 44678. How will I do that? I
Four,
will come
four,
to
six,
the order
seven.
number. I will see this is the order ID, but how we can find out which person has placed this order, right?
I guess I don't see any relationship between the two tables here.
Right, exactly. So
Mm.
basically, what is primary key? So in this case, in this person's table, this is my primary key. Like two
Yes,
persons can have the same name, they can have the same age, but they cannot have the same person ID. The person ID is different for each and every person, right?
yes. And I
So
also
this
I
is my
observed that you might have hidden the column right on the Excel sheet that you were sharing, right? There was one column, I guess, in the first column. You hidden that, Bharti? Because I didn't see that like when you shared the Excel sheet. Maybe we can go back there later. Yeah.
yeah. I will talk about it Excel sheet later.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
Yeah. So
Yes.
basically, this is my person ID and this is my primary key, right? And in this
Exactly. Yes.
table, what is my primary key? My primary key is my order ID,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
to connect these two tables, I would be using the primary key of this table here,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. So when we are using primary key of this table here to connect the tables, it will be called foreign key of orders table, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So
Mhm.
this is my foreign key and this is my primary key, right? Now we can locate like who placed this order, because when we come to this order number, we can see person ID 3. When we are coming here, it means this order has been placed by Carrie Peterson, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So this is
Yep.
the concept of primary and foreign key. What is a star schema,
So
right?
stars.
So I
Yes.
would be covering that. Give me 5 minutes.
Yep.
This is, if I go to Google and just type star schema, you would be able to find this diagram, right? So
Yes,
this
exactly. You
exact,
will have a data table and you will have a star dimensions to like do
right.
you point
So
out to out.
basically, we have two types of table. We have fact table, we have dimension tables, right?
Sorry, yes, 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 yes.
So
Fact table, not data table. Yes.
all the columns of the table which are numerical value, we will put them in the fact table, right?
Mhm.
And all the non-numerical values, we would be putting them in the dimension table. So how many dimensions we have in our data set? We have one dimension orders, second dimension customer, third dimension location, fourth dimension product, right?
Product. Yep.
Right? We have four
Yeah.
dimensions.
The product is not a numeric value, right? It's alphanumeric.
Yes. It's also non-numeric. This is the reason I'm
Non-numeric.
calling it a dimension table,
Dimension table.
right?
Yes.
And this
Yes.
would be our fact table because we have just two numerical values, sales and profit, correct?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. I got it.
Right?
Yep.
So what will we do? So are you clear with what is a fact table? What is a dimension table?
Yes, yeah, it's clear. Yeah,
Okay. So what will we do? We will keep our fact table in the center and we will keep all the dimension tables around. Now talk about the connectivity, that how we would be establishing that connectivity, right? So what will we
Mhm.
do to connect the fact table with all the dimension tables? We need primary key of each and every dimension table in the fact table. Like we have taken
Mm,
dealer ID from this, we have taken branch ID from this, we have taken date ID from this, we have taken product ID in this. So basically what all the fact table contains, it contains the primary key of all the dimension tables and the numerical values, right?
yes, got it.
And
Yeah.
we never connect dimension tables with each other. We would be just be connecting dimension table only with the fact table, correct?
Yes, yes, yep,
And why we call it a star schema? Because it looks like a shape of a star,
exactly. Yep,
right? What is a snowflake schema? In a snowflake, what we do, we break our dimension tables further like this. Like we have a fact table, then we have 4 dimensions, but out of this dimension table, we have taken further dimensions out of it. Did you notice?
yeah, yes, yeah. Looks a little bit
Right. For
complex.
example,
Yes.
in this case, if we are taking this as 1 dimension in star schema, then probably in a snowflake schema, we would be having it as a separate dimension table called location,
Hmm.
right?
Yes,
So this is
yes,
the difference. So basically what happens, the structure in snowflake schema is a bit cumbersome, because dimension, then further dimension, then further dimension, like that. In a star
exactly.
schema, it looks very, very simple, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. That looks very
Let's
simple.
go through, yes, so let's go through some theory part also. A fact
Mm,
table consists of measurements, metrics, or facts of a business process, right?
yes.
A
Hmm.
fact table consists of 2 types of column. One is the foreign key column, which are the primary keys of your dimension table, and the numerical values of your main table, master table, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
Right. So wherever
Mm,
you are not clear, please tell me. Okay. What
yes.
is a dimension table? Dimension table contain dimension key values or non-numerical values, I would say. One data set can have multiple dimensions, right?
One data set can have multiple dimensions. Yes. Mm,
Okay, what is a star schema? A star schema is a data warehouse where center of a star can have one fact table with a number of associated dimension tables around the fact table. It is known as a star schema because its structure resembles a star, the simplest type of data warehouse schema. So this is the very, very basic and simple form of a schema, which is preferred by Power BI engine, and we would be following star schema in Power BI. Okay. This is the reason
yes.
I'm teaching it to you. So
Yes.
basically, these are the data warehousing concept which you were asking in the starting of the session. So data warehousing is nothing but how you need to keep your tables, how you need to warehouse your tables. That is the concept,
Exactly. Yes. Mm,
right?
yes.
This star schema is optimized for querying the large data set. They are optimized. Why they are optimized? They are not wasting any memory, and your Power BI engine has less load to handle, and your calculations become faster.
Exactly. I have one question, like
Yeah.
with the pivot query, right? So there, I guess we are joining multiple tables, right, Bhavti?
Yeah. So
So
you
if
are
we are
talking
joining,
about Excel. Here, what we would be doing, we would be joining the tables like we do in Excel, right?
yes.
And I
Mm.
think that is helping you to avoid VLOOKUP. Not
Oh,
that is not optimizing your data set with respect to the memory, but yes, that is helping you to avoid VLOOKUP because you are connecting your tables and you can access the data cross tables,
exactly. Yes. Yes.
right? So in
Mm-hmm.
star schema, a fact table contains key to every dimension table and other quantitative attributes. The dimensions tables are not joined to each other, easy to understand and provides optimal disk usage. The schema is widely supported by BI tools, and the dimensions tables are not normalized. Are you aware of normalization concepts?
No, I'm not really.
No. So basically what happens is when we are making further dimension table out of the dimension table, what happens? You end up saving the maximum memory you can, right?
Yes. Mm.
So in that case, where you have saved your memory to the maximum level, that is called normalized data set. So in a
Um,
star schema, because you are not creating that dimension out of dimension, so your data set is not normalized. So when
so
it will get normalized, it will get normalized when you are following snowflake schema, right?
Exactly, because you keep on deriving new
Right. Right.
data
So
set from it
basically,
from.
end up saving the memory till the maximum level in Snowflake schema, not in star schema.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
so now the question is why Power BI is not following Snowflake schema then, right? Because it is saving the maximum memory. So why we are not following Snowflake schema in Power BI? Let's talk about that. So a Snowflake schema is an extension of a star schema. It adds additional dimensions, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dimension tables are normalized, which splits data into the additional table. Understood this reason?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. They're
Right?
normalized. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. One fact table surrounded by a dimension table, which are in turn surrounded by a dimension table. It uses a smaller disk space. So basically, it is optimizing the space more than star schema. But still, we are not following Snowflake schema. Why? Because due to multiple tables, query performance is reduced. Need to perform more maintenance efforts because of the more lookup tables. This is the
Yes.
reason we follow star schema in Power BI, not a Snowflake schema.
Yes.
Fair enough?
Yes. Yeah. It's fair enough.
Okay.
Yep.
So we will talk about cardinality later on. Now you tell me which column you were talking about here. Row ID?
Uh, yes. We are talking about the. Oh, that not the row ID. There was one other column. I was looking at this Excel. Maybe. Yeah, it's a row ID. Exactly. Yeah. I don't see the row
Yeah,
ID
you
here.
can
Yes.
delete that. Probably you got some different data set. You can delete that row ID because we do not need that. We have primary key each and everywhere. So you can delete that. You can delete the discount column as well. You must be having discount column as well, right?
Um. Yes. I. Uh,
Can you delete that?
I got it. Yes. Yeah. I have both the columns. Yes. Let me. I'm deleting
Yeah,
both the
so
columns.
now you would be having column till R. Can you check?
And yes, I have columns
Right?
till R. Yep.
R.
No, I
Okay.
have till S. I don't know why. Maybe I have some other data.
No, no, you have to check. Do you have order ID? Have you deleted row ID as well?
Yeah, I deleted row ID as well as the what was the other one, the discount column, and I see there is quantity as well. I guess that is the
Okay,
one.
delete the quantity as well.
Yep, deleted. It's done.
Okay,
Yeah, so I have the same data as you. Yep.
right. So now you close the sheet and open Power BI. We will just import this data there and then we will follow the star schema in Power BI only. Okay,
Okay. Yep. So
so
import
this
data
is the
from.
screen, right? Power BI when you open this. So the first step, Aditya, is to save this file somewhere in your laptop,
Yes.
anywhere in your local machine.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm
Mhm.
giving it your name. Sorry, I have to rename
It's okay.
this.
That's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
That's
That's
okay. Just a second.
yes. That should be okay.
Okay.
So, did you actually like you saved you close the Power BI? You asked me to close the Power BI, right? Not the Excel.
I asked you to close the Excel sheet because if your Excel
Okay,
sheet is open, you cannot actually import the data from there.
got it. Yes, yeah, I closed it. I saved it as superstore data or Power BI
Yeah.
recorded something. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, when you open Power BI, the first step is that you have to save this file somewhere locally. Do that. And second step is you have to log in here with the credentials provided by the company to you.
Oh,
Basically, those
from
cloud credentials.
oh, okay, got
So
it.
this way, it's going to connect this file with your cloud.
Actually, yesterday it asked me to change the credentials of the Power. I changed it, but let me see.
Which
Like
credentials you changed?
Power BI credentials they provided me.
No, no, you're not supposed to change it. You have to keep them as same.
It asked me this is the first time you signed in, so I need to change those.
Okay, so did you change them?
I changed the password, not the username.
Okay, please send me the password on WhatsApp, whatever you have changed.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me.
Yeah. Okay, so
You,
log in here with that credentials. Okay. So these are the first two steps when you are starting with Power BI. Okay,
yes,
Aditya.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Now, this is the ribbon at the top. As soon as we will proceed with the training, you will get to know more about the ribbon and various options in it. Okay.
1 second.
Like,
Okay, yes, yes, yes. Which is
yeah,
the
yeah,
ribbon?
take your time. Take your time. Do this.
Yeah, can you please repeat? Yes, yeah. This is yeah. So this is the Power BI desktop. Yep.
Right. So first is save this file somewhere in your local computer. Second, log in here with your cloud credentials. Do this.
Oh God. Yes. Yep. Uh, the I picked the account and I pasted the password. Sign in. Done. Yeah. I'm in the Power BI now.
Okay. So have you logged in here?
Yes, I logged in. Yep. It says Edu4Sure training.
Yeah. And you have saved this file as well, right?
Edu4Sure practice. Yes, I saved the file as well. Yes. Yep.
Okay. So basically this is the ribbon, right? So as soon as we will proceed with the course, you will get to know the various options here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Okay.
see this section? Visualization, fields,
Yes.
filters.
Yes.
These are called panes, P-A-N-E-S,
Panes. Yes.
right?
Yep.
Okay. You can
Yep.
wrap them up and you can open them up as well.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay. Here we would be creating our visuals, basically. This is
Yes.
nothing but the report canvas. Okay. And
Definitely.
like we can have multiple worksheets in one Excel workbook. We can have multiple pages here also, right?
Okay.
Okay. Can you see these three signs? One, two, three.
Yes. Like
So
model and
by default,
visualization.
yes. So by default, when you open Power BI, you would be here. And if you put your cursor there, it will give you the captioned report,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
right? The
Yep.
second one is data. The third one is model. Can you see the three names?
Yes. Yeah, I can see those. Yep.
So we will talk about it. Before that, we have to import data in Power BI so that we can proceed. Okay.
Definitely.
So
Yep.
how to import the data? You have various options to import the data. Number one, you can click on get data here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see
Mm-hmm.
this?
Yes. Yeah, I can see
Number
that.
two, you can click on the get data from here as well. So when you click on this, you would be getting a list of sources like this.
Yes.
So
Yes.
can you do this along with me, whatever I'm doing,
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, I can do that. Yep.
right?
Get.
So this is the list of sources. So basically, Aditya, you can
Mm-hmm.
import data in Power BI from all these sources. And we have a long list: Excel workbook, text, CSV, XML, JSON, folder, PDF.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the name of the sources?
Yes.
And
Yeah, I
these
can
are
see.
just files. We have databases also. We have SQL, we have Access, we have Oracle. Can you see this?
One second. Actually, yes. Exactly.
It's a long
So.
list. And
Mm-hmm.
whichever source you will connect, it will convert the data or it will bring the data, or I will say it will import the data in tabular format automatically. If you are connecting a PDF also, the data is going to be converted into a table format in Power BI.
Yes. Exactly. Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
here we have the data in Excel format. So our source is Excel, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I
So
selected this. Yeah.
you're talking about some databases, right? It's in the same list right here. I saw some MySQL database and SQL Server
I
and
will
SS
talk
data.
about SQL. Give me 2 minutes, huh? So
Definitely.
basically, I'm clicking on Excel, I'm saying connect, and now I'm giving the path of that source, right?
Yep. Let me
So what
get
it
that.
has done to me, it has given me the list of all the sheets.
Yes. Notes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's giving me the list of all the worksheets of that workbook. Like it had various sheets, but we are just concerned with the master data. So I will just click on that. It will give me a preview. Can you see?
Yes. Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
And
Um.
I will click on load. As soon as I click on load, my table has been imported here. Can you see?
Exactly. Yeah. The thing is, like, I'm stuck here. I imported it. Imported it with the Excel workbook. I imported the data onto my Power BI desktop,
Mm-hmm.
and now I don't. Okay, I guess I just stuck at some point. It's not. Do you want me to click on something? Select something here. I have
You
three
have to
options.
tick on that checkbox in front of the name of the sheet. Then only it will give you the preview and load option activated. Can you check that? Have you done that?
No. Oh yes, exactly. I clicked on 2018 now.
Right. So not 2018, you have to click on master data or the orders table, basically orders.
Orders. Yes, got it. Yep. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Just orders. We just need one table orders.
Orders. Yes. Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So just
So
import that.
Yeah, master table is nothing but you're referring to the fact table, right? I don't.
Yeah. So once you import the table, please rename your table to master data so that whichever terminology I'm using, you are aware of that. Understood? Like we both would
Exactly.
be on the same page.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yep.
So your database has been imported here.
Uh, th- I need to load the data.
Yeah, yeah, do this. Take your time. Not a problem.
Sure. It says there are pending changes in your queries that haven't been uploaded. Just I can ignore that, right?
Apply
And
changes.
apply changes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, working on it. Build visuals with your data. Select or drag fields from your table, and it says ordered table. But I need to update the test. Update that name to master data. Got it. Rename. Master data. Uh, yep. I guess I'm good. We are at the same page now. Yep.
Same. Please
Yeah.
rename your table. Just right click here, click on rename, or you
Yeah.
can simply click on this and you will get the option here to rename as well.
Yes. Yeah. I did that. Yep.
Edited?
Yeah. Edit it.
Okay.
Yep.
So basically, this is your table, master data, and these are the columns, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So if you are clicking on a screen, you are not able to see the table tools here, right? But
Exactly.
if you are clicking on table, your table tools are coming. When you are clicking on the screen, their tools are going. Similarly,
Yeah.
when you are clicking on column, you are getting
Hey,
column tools and your respective table tools.
yeah. I have one question. Like, why are we just choose not the 2018 and other table? Just why did we only choose the order table?
I will talk about it. Don't worry. I
Sure.
will talk about it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So are you clear that this is a table and this is a column and all that?
I'm clear. Yes, this is the table and these are the
Clear.
columns that table has. Yep.
So whichever option we are clicking on, we are getting the respective tools, right? So if somebody is asking you to go to table tools and you start searching here, you this way you're not going to get your table tools. You have to click on table.
Yes.
Understood?
Yes. Understood.
Okay.
Yes.
Now this is the case when we are importing the data from Excel, right? What
Yes.
if you want to import the data from SQL Server? So what will you do? You will click on SQL Server and it will
Mm-hmm.
ask you the credentials of server. As soon as you put the server name and the credentials, it will, and you say, okay, your database in SQL will be imported here in form of a table,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
What is this direct query? This is important. What is it?
Direct query is
Basically,
something.
yeah, basically when you are importing your data from SQL Server, your data set will be coming here, right?
Yes. Whole
And then
table.
whatever calculations or anything you are performing, that would be performed on this data set. So basically, if you have some data in SQL Server, then you would be having a copy of that data here, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So
Yes.
basically, we have this copy of Excel sheet, nothing else, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
when we click on direct query, what happens? Your data is not imported here. Your data will remain in the SQL server. You can simply write the query here and it will give you the just the results in the Power BI. Understood what is the difference?
Exactly. These are the different connector types, right? One is import connector type, and
Right.
this is a direct query
So
connector
these were
type.
the connectors which your company was asking you in the interview.
Earlier, which I
So
couldn't answer.
we have lots of things like we have various files option. Excel sheet is nothing but a file. PDF is nothing but a file. Then we have databases, right? Oracle,
Mhm.
SQL, Access. Then we have queries as well. So these are the different kind of connectors available to connect or import the data in Power BI. Understood now?
Exactly. So I have one question. Like when you connect to a SQL Server, right? Are you getting whole because you give the credentials
You
of the
will get
database,
the
right?
list of all the tables, like you were getting the list of
Ah.
worksheets.
Or
Then
like how we
whichever you
see.
select, only those would be imported.
Okay, I got it. Like how we
Got
see on
it?
the left side panel on SQL
Now you
Server, like for
understood
example.
why I kept other sheets in the Excel workbook, just to show to you that we just need to import one. So just take that and ignore rest.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. I didn't get that. Like which we selected some workbook. Uh,
Yeah, in the Excel workbook which we connected, it had other sheets also, returns 2018. And you were asking me this question why we did not import that, right?
Yes, yes, I got it. Okay,
Because I
okay,
just wanted to show to you that if you want to import one particular worksheet out of many, you can do that as well.
got it. Yes, got
Got
it.
it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the table we have imported. Fair enough, right?
Yes, I have one
Okay.
question. Like, whenever we're connecting with the SQL Server, right? Like, are we getting whole database into our Power BI?
Rest. So whichever option you will select or tick, whichever table, you would be getting that important and rest everything will be ignored.
Got it, got it. Where will be giving that? We want a particular table. Same here in the get data field.
Do you have any SQL Server?
Yeah, I have the Oracle SQL Server. Yes.
Yeah. So basically you just try doing it practically. I do not have any server, so I cannot show it to you.
Okay, okay.
You just try
Yeah.
that once after the session, then probably you will get all your answers.
Maybe I need to. I can use this credentials with on my computer laptop, like my
If you
work
are not
laptop.
able to use it on your personal laptop, then you can try on the professional one because there also you have Power BI installed, right?
Exactly, and I can use these credentials there. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Got
So
it.
this is how you need to import your data from different data sources, right?
Hmm.
Now,
Okay.
can you see these signs? We have submission sign, we have a calendar, we have no signs, variety basically, right?
Yes.
What
Yes.
is the meaning? So basically, this is a sign language which is used by a Power BI engine to tell us how it has understood the data. So wherever there is a submission sign, it means Power BI has considered this column as a numerical value.
Yes. Yes.
And wherever there is no sign, it means they have been considered as text values. And wherever it has calendar, it means it has considered or understood those columns as date. Fine.
Yes. Yeah. I got it. Yep. Hmm.
Right now, category, city, and all these are text values. These are fine. Discount is numerical, postal code is numerical, profit numerical, sales numerical, all fine, right? But
Hmm.
can you see these two additional greater than sign in front of
Yes.
dates?
Yes. I
We
see
do
that.
not have these signs anywhere else. So what has happened? Basically, when you click on this, it will open a date hierarchy,
Hmm.
as in the date has automatically been bifurcated in year, quarter, month, and day. Does it happen in
Yes.
Excel? No.
No, it doesn't.
Right? In Excel,
Yes.
what we do, if we need to separate year from a date, we need to use year function, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Hmm.
But here we have not done nothing, and it has been done automatically. This is nothing but this is artificial intelligence. Remember, we were talking about it yesterday.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The AI.
Okay.
Yeah. It is supporting
Yes.
Power
So this
BI.
is basically this is artificial intelligence. This job has been done automatically, saving our work. Job
Yes.
basically, it has saved a lot of time for us, and same has been done for the ship date as well. So all the dates would be bifurcated into hierarchies automatically. Good
Hmm.
enough?
Yes. It's good enough. Yep.
Okay. Now, one very important thing, that are you aware that Power BI is an ETL tool?
Yes. Yeah. I'm aware of that. Yes. Yeah. Extract, transform,
Yes.
and load the data.
Yeah. And Tableau is also an ETL tool.
Yes. It's an ETL tool. Yeah. All these are ETL tools
Now, Excel
used
is
in.
also an ETL tool because the same capabilities of Power BI have been incorporated in Excel also, right?
It is a ETL tool, but it's not as far as with the Power BI because it's we need to write a lot of queries and everything, right?
No,
The
no,
thing is,
that has also been replicated in Excel. So if you are interested, I can show that to you as well. I will take care of that. Okay.
yeah, I'm
So
definitely.
basically, you need to transform this data. Transform as in now we need to convert this big table into small tables just to follow star schema. This is what we decided
Yes,
because it's
exactly.
going to save a lot of space. How will we do it here? A lot
Mm,
of people, what they do, they just create small tables out of that big table in Excel and then import the data here, but that is wrong. Why that is
mm,
wrong, that I will cover. Okay. So
sure.
whatever changes you want to make into your raw data, be it converting into various small tables or be it any change, always do that in Power BI, always. Right? Why you need to do that in Power BI, I will cover that. You will get to know about it later on. So as of now, how to transform this data. So basically, when you right click on your table, you will get that one option, edit query. Can you see this?
Yes, I can see that. Yeah, yeah,
Click
edit
on
query.
this. Click on this in your laptop as well.
Definitely. Let me click on the main table and say edit query. Mm, yep.
Right? So
Yes.
basically, it is opening up a separate application altogether, different than Power BI, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, this is the application from where we would be performing ETL.
ETL.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is called Power Query Editor. Why this is called Power Query Editor? Because a table is called a query in Power BI. Can you see above the table, we can see queries written.
Exactly. Yes. Yep.
So a table is
Mm,
called a query. Why it is called a query? I will cover that later. So a lot of stuff to be covered later on because it has a lot of concepts, right? And
Yes.
this particular application is empowering my table editing. Understood why it has been given this name?
Exactly. Yes. Power
Right?
Query
This is
Editor.
called Power Query Editor because it is empowering my table editing. I
Yes.
can edit the table very, very easily. Now you can
Mm,
see a heavy ribbon at the top with so many options.
yes.
A very
Is
clustered
it?
ribbon.
This is import method, right? This is not. This is like kind of import. Like
This is
if you
not an
can say that.
import. Basically, see, we have extracted this data from an Excel, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Or from any source. Now we would be performing the transformations, and as soon as we would be clicking on close and apply, it will load the transformed data in Power BI. Understood how it is ETL?
Yes. Yes. I got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Now, what we need to do? We need to create subtables out of it,
Yes. We
right?
need to create right for first task
How
now.
how many subtables? One for order, one for customer, one for product,
Hmm.
and one fact table. Four,
Ah. Yes.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I
Yes.
will right click on this table and I will say duplicate. I will right click, I will say duplicate. I will right click and I will say duplicate. Now we have four tables.
Yes. We have
Same
four
table
tables.
four times, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And now we will start fixing them. So basically, first of all, I will create my orders table.
Bharti, I have one question. Like, why did you choose like order ID is not a order ID is not a numeric value, right? Why did we choose order ID, order date, and ship date? Because of the date? No,
See,
it's
it's not a
not.
numerical value. So
Yes,
basically, there is no numerical value in these four: order ID, order date, ship date, and ship mode. All are text values.
yes, exactly.
Basically,
Yeah.
this is my first dimension table, right?
Yes, this is your first dimension table, like whole table.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. So what will I do? Not the whole table, just these four columns. These are my first dimension table. And the
Exactly.
name of this dimension table is orders, right?
Um, exactly. Yeah.
So I will
Exactly.
just keep these four columns in my orders dimension table. This is the reason I have created various copies. So what will I do now? I have
Mhm.
renamed it to orders. I will just select these four columns and I will say remove other columns.
Yes.
When I did this, I have just four columns with me,
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. You have four
right?
columns with
Where
you.
I have only information related to orders. Now, which is my primary key? Order ID,
Order ID. Yes.
right? So, but
Yes.
there would be duplicates.
Definitely, you would have a duplicates.
So
Like
I will
yes,
right click and I will say remove duplicates.
definitely yes. See,
So it saves my memory.
you're choosing order ID as a primary key, right? Is there any like
Right.
rule that we need to choose a particular column as order ID? It's like our common
No.
sense, like we can use as
It's
common sense.
like that only, that it should just able to provide a unique identity to each row. That is
Mm,
my primary key, right?
got it. Yes,
So I
yeah.
have removed the duplicates. And whenever we are taking the data from Excel, what happens? In the Excel, in the last, we have some blank rows. So some blank rows are always taken in Power BI. So it's always a good practice that you are removing your blank rows as well.
Remove blank rows. Yes,
Right. So now our first dimension table is ready.
yes,
Are you
it's
clear
ready.
with this?
Yes, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and do this.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. So first thing
Just create
yeah,
four copies of your table. So right click and duplicate
duplicate.
four times.
Again.
So you would be having four tables, right?
Yep.
Rename your first table, right click and rename, make it orders,
Yep. Orders. Yes.
right? And then you need to select these four columns and then click on remove other column so that it is just keeping the selected four and removing the other columns. Got it?
Yep.
Do
This
this.
this we are this we are trying to select the first four. It can be any data. It can be any data, but we are just trying to keep the first.
It can be
It can be any data, right? For example, we
not
are
any
working.
data. We just need to keep order ID, order date, and ship mode, which is related to orders.
Oh,
We
okay.
need to identify dimensions out of the data. So these are the dimensions for orders, right?
Exactly. So we need to think in those lines. Like we need to first
See,
identify the dimensions.
see, we have product related information, we have customer related, we have order related. So we identified these three as our dimensions.
Exactly. This is very clean. This is very clear. We can identify the dimensions. But tomorrow there would be some real-time scenario where the data columns are not as organized as this, and we need to
So
first
we have to make them organized.
oh, okay. First we need to
We
organize
have
them. Then
to,
we need to
yes,
extract.
we
Yes.
have to club them under some categories and clear out on the dimension part.
Oh, okay. I got it now. Yes, yes. That's what I was. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
checking. It's not something like a random. It's something we need to categorize
Yes,
them, and then we need to do it. Yes.
exactly. So
Okay.
do this and then we will proceed.
Remove other columns. Yes, I removed other columns. Just I have 4 columns right now with me. Yep.
Right? And then you just right click on order ID and remove duplicates.
Got it. Yep. Click
And then
here.
you just click on this column and remove blank rows as well.
Remove rows column and remove blank rows. So it will remove any blank rows in any column. Like if it
Yes,
a single rows. Got it. Yep.
right? And now after that, can you see this option on the top, close and apply?
Exactly. I can see that close and apply.
Open
Yes.
this and click on close and apply.
Close and apply. Yes. Done.
Okay. It will bring you back on the Power BI screen and changes will reflect here. Did you
Exactly. It is.
notice?
It is. Yes. It is trying to get that. Yep. Everything.
Save your file.
Uh, Working on it. It says. Say. Where is the option? It's on the file, right? File. It's the same thing. Like
Right. So you are here, right? You can you see four tables here? Orders, master data
mm,
234,
yes. I can see that. Yep. It's on the
right?
right side.
So
Yep.
tomorrow when we would be starting with it, we would be fixing rest of the tables and we will try to convert our data as per star schema. Understood?
Definitely. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Because it
Yes.
will save my memory. After that, we will talk about the relationship between the tables, cardinality, and then we will start with the analysis part.
Definitely. Yes. Sure.
Fine? Understood
Yes.
everything?
Yes. So what is the name you have saved for this Power BI? Any name that you have given because I want to save with the same name, the file name.
Yeah, yeah. You can give any name to the file.
Any name because yeah,
Yeah, I
if
give the name of my student always because multiple batches are going on. I may miss your file on otherwise.
got it. Yes.
Okay. So
Yes.
basically, we would be continuing with this tomorrow. Just keep this file saved with you because whatever I would be doing in the class, you have to do it simultaneously with me.
Yes. Definitely. Yes. Got it. Yep.
Okay. So
Sure.
tomorrow, 4 to 5, again, can we have the class?
Definitely we can have, and tomorrow I'll be on time. Okay. It's
Not a
actually.
problem. Not a problem.
Yeah. And
Okay.
one thing, yes, one thing. Today, this is what we done is like extraction, right? We did the extraction, right, and transformation as
Extraction,
well.
then we performed transformation, and then as soon as we clicked on close and apply, the data got loaded in Power BI. So this is ETL, right? What happens
Ah,
in Tableau? In Tableau, the ETL is not inbuilt in Tableau. It has a different software called Tableau View. Are you aware?
Tableau view. Yes, yeah, Tableau view.
Yes, so that is the ETL for
TW.
Tableau. So first of all, we need to import the data in that. We would be performing the transformations and everything. Then from there, in the Tableau, we have to load the data manually again. So
Exactly.
these are the difficulties we have in Tableau, and this is another reason why Power BI is preferred because it has inbuilt Tableau, inbuilt
Got it.
Power Query editor.
Inbuilt power. Yes, yeah. We have Power Query edited and Tableau doesn't has. Yes, yeah.
Yes. So how are you finding the training? Is it going good?
It's very good. Yeah, it's really good. It's not too fast. It's not too slow, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to just
So we will keep
get.
it hands-on. Do not
Yes,
restrict yourself to 10 hours. It might go to 12 or 13, but that is not a problem, right? But we will
yes,
keep it this way, like it should be hands-on. You should be able to understand things. Otherwise, no point covering each and everything very, very fast, right?
exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is like, yeah, that definitely makes sense. Whatever you said.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
Aditya, then I catch you
One
tomorrow. And
one question. I don't know if I have like half like one minute because yesterday I was going to pivot query, right? This pivot query is like something they're saying that the measures, right? When we are talking about the measures, it is talking
right,
about the relationship between the columns and relationship between the tables. But today, whole course we were doing is that we got it data and we have organized the data into different dimensions, and then we took the categorized the data and we split in the data, right? So that is
right.
it's a contrast. It's a stark contrast, like whatever I read and whatever we did today. So what exactly that pivot query is like a VLOOKUP, right? Like VLOOKUP kind of
So
thing,
we
right?
would be doing pivot query only. Give me one more session, then probably would be more clear on that.
Definitely. That's the only question I was like, it's getting into my mind always, like
No, no, you
since
can
2 minutes.
clear your question tomorrow, because when we would be establishing the relationship among tables, then probably I would be able to understand your question better, or you will get
Mm,
the answers automatically.
definitely, sure,
Okay, just wait for one more session, then we will start with the analysis part.
definitely, sure,
Okay,
sure, sure.
okay, bye bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah, have a nice
So
day.
I would be updating the recording link in the same spreadsheet. Okay,
Yes.
okay, bye bye.
Bye. Thank you, Bharti. Bye.